Hello everyone, in today's video. Today, we will take a look at the Xiaomi Smart Band 8. There's already an unboxing video of it on the channel. However, this video is all about the review, so I'll share all my experiences with it. The test results will be very surprising. It can do things I hadn't even thought of before. However, I didn't do any research on the product beforehand. You can navigate between sections using the small red bars at the bottom. If there's a part that doesn't interest you, you can skip it. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. So, let's dive into the Smart Band 8 video. The design is very similar to the previous one, with its elongated shape. Surprisingly, it has a metal casing and frame, which I didn't recognize during the unboxing. They don't specify the type of metal exactly, but it gives a high-quality feel and feels a bit sturdier than plastic. There is no physical button on the device. You control the software through gestures. It features a 1.67-inch AMOLED display that shows beautiful blacks and vibrant colors. Of course, it has an always-on display, meaning it continuously shows the time and date. The watch face is customizable and can display various information. The watch face is dependent on what information it displays. This was already a feature in the previous model. And there was a surprising feature, a 60 Hz display, meaning the animations are very smooth and responsive. When navigating through menus, you can clearly see how fluid it is. There's no lag at all. The touchscreen is very responsive, which was immediately noticeable after unboxing when I started using the device. The display brightness is 600 nits, which is more than sufficient for everyday use, and it has automatic brightness adjustment, unlike the previous version which had manual brightness adjustment. It's great not to have to constantly adjust the brightness. The software takes care of it. The 600 nits are more than enough even in bright sunlight, since 99% of the time people use it indoors or in the evening. The front is covered by a 2.5D glass, and it's waterproof, so you can swim or bathe with it. Xiaomi highlights that there are many straps available for the watch, and changing the strap is very easy. You just have to press a button, and it comes off easily. The default strap is silicone, simple but comfortable. At the back, you have a heart rate and blood oxygen monitor and 2 dots for charging. The charger is magnetic, making it easy to charge. It comes with a USB charger, and since it's magnetic, it's easy and quick to charge. It takes about an hour to fully charge. The battery is not visible, but it has a 190 mAh capacity. Officially, it provides 16 days of battery life, but if you have all the features like heart rate monitoring and blood oxygen measurement on all the time, it won't last that long. Realistically, it lasts about 3 to 4 days if you use all the functions. The software is quite snappy and understandable from what you can see in the. Since there's no physical button, you use gestures to navigate. The icons are attractive. Swiping up reveals the icons, and swiping down shows notifications that you can read. For example, you can't reply to a messenger message, only read it. It offers a widget section where you can access various information like heart rate, weather, and sleep-related data. There are many watch faces available for download through the Mi Fitness app. Most of them are free. While there are plenty of colorful watch faces, there aren't truly informative ones. You can choose what you prefer. Now, let's get into the main features. The first one is heart rate monitoring and blood oxygen measurement. It can automatically measure your heart rate, which is roughly in line with reality, maybe slightly higher than an Apple Watch's measurement. This can be improved through software updates in the future. Compared to the Apple Watch, the Smart Band 8 measures heart rate 5 to 10 beats higher. It's not a big issue, and it can be fixed later, but it's worth mentioning. It's equally good at measuring blood oxygen levels, and it can be done both manually and automatically. Of course, the watch has an activity tracker, and its job is to monitor your activity 24/7 if you wear it. It tracks steps, calories burned, and overall activity levels. It accurately measures steps, visibly counting them as you walk on the street. I found it to be quite accurate. The watch can also alert you to stand up if you've been sitting for too long. You can review your activity in the app. Sleep tracking. It has automatic sleep tracking, which means you just wear the watch to bed, and it automatically records your sleep information. It's quite intelligent and very accurate in my experience. It even recorded when I went to bed and woke up quite accurately. During this mode, notifications won't wake you up, and this is called Do Not Disturb mode. It also provides insights into how many times you woke up and how many times you were in deep sleep. It also measures power naps. If you take a nap after Sunday lunch, it records it and adds it to your daily statistics. This is interesting because the Apple Watch, for example, can't do this, and it's a more expensive device. There is a vitality option in the watch that assesses how much you've moved in a week. For instance, if you go for a run, which counts as intense exercise, and you run for half an hour, it awards you 40 points. You need to accumulate 100 points within a week. Achieving 100 points means that you're leading a healthier lifestyle. The watch rewards you with points for every physical activity you engage in. Essentially, it allows you to track how active you've been within the past 7 days. Stress monitoring. Naturally, there's stress monitoring on the watch. It measures how stressed you were during the day. It measures your stress when you're at rest, so when you're not moving. It looks at pulse, heart rate variability, which is the time between two heartbeats, and other factors to calculate your stress level. For example, if you're sitting at your desk with a racing heart rate due to a stressful task, it will register as high stress. At the end of the day, you can see your stress levels, giving you an idea of what needs to change. You can also measure stress manually or automatically. Breathing exercises. For stress relief, there's a breathing exercise feature. You can relax for a minute or more, and the breathing exercise will lower your heart rate, even from 70 to around 65 or even lower, depending on the duration of the session. This isn't a new feature, but it's recommended for people under stress. It's a bit like meditation or a breathing exercise.
De stresszes embereknek ez egyébként ajánlott, egy kis meditáció vagy légzőgyakorlat.
Here in the additional features, there are obviously a stopwatch, timer, weather viewing, and camera timer. I won't go into detail about these, but they can be quite useful.
Ezeket csak azért mondom el, mert nagyon hasznos kis apró funkciók, amire most nem térek ki nyilván, mert mindenki tudja ezek mik.
Let's move on to the sports section. This part is a bit longer than usual because I took it for a run. But before we get into that, there's a feature called the shoe clip, as I like to call it. Essentially, it allows you to switch the smartwatch into a sort of running mode. It removes the smart device features and turns it into a specialized running tool. Different accessories are available for attaching it to your shoes, showing you how to do it. With this mode, you can track your run. I'll read out what it measures, as I've certainly tested this. You can see in the video that I placed the device inside my shoe, because I didn't have a specific case for it. It worked perfectly fine this way. It measures the ground contact pattern, the number of steps, step length, ground contact time, and flight time. So, it records how much time you spend in the air while running. You can only access these data in this mode. Obviously, if you wear it on your wrist, it won't be able to track these metrics. So, it serves as an additional accessory for running. What fascinated me the most was the measurement of impact force and where the greatest force is applied when running. I typically run with the heel strike pattern, which means the highest force is on my heel, as is probably the case for most people. However, I've seen images on the Xiaomi website that suggest not everyone runs like this. Some may use a midfoot strike, which means the force is concentrated more towards the middle of the foot. This was a very interesting discovery for me. Lastly, I took it for a run in normal smartwatch or fitness bracelet mode. There was no problem, although it doesn't have a built-in GPS, so it uses connected GPS, meaning it connects to the app on your phone, which provides GPS data. It measures pulse, distance, and other data accurately. It's very reliable, and you can see from the screenshots that it worked perfectly. I recommend it for sports use, even though it lacks GPS. If it had GPS built in, it would be even better, as you wouldn't need your phone with you. But even without GPS, it accurately tracks your activity. Considering the price-performance ratio, it's quite satisfactory. In conclusion, thank you very much for watching. I really liked the watch. I must say that in terms of value for money, it's excellent. There have been changes from the previous model, such as the metal casing, automatic brightness adjustment, a slightly larger battery, and the 60 Hz display, making this more than just a small update. I'm not saying this because I want to sell the product. That's not the case at all. It's just my experience that other manufacturers don't necessarily include this much in a single generation update, especially if this is already the 8th generation. Even if you only consider how well it performs for sports, despite the lack of GPS, it's a great device. I was blown away by the running mode. I didn't even mention the fact that you can use it as a necklace. I didn't want to mention it, but you can use it as a necklace. It's a bit interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and in terms of value for money, it's very good. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.
Sziasztok!